Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another episode of Total War Arena. So, what we got today, we're going to be having a quick look at the colour packs, basically. It's only going to be a short video, we'll probably hop into a battle with something, I don't know what yet. Since it's the Carthaginian weekend, I thought we'll have a quick flick through these ones, because they're all half price, which makes it even better. Not that they're really very expensive anyway, and yeah, I mean, so far, it's been a couple of days since they've been released, and I'm really impressed with them. It seems there's been some really good uptake as well from the player base. And the cheap price, you know, we're normally sort of a couple of hundred gold, 100, I think 100 being the cheapest. Yes, these ones at 50 at half price, or 100, up to like 200, 300 gold, something like that for the most expensive. So they're really very good value, I think, compared to kind of what I was expecting, compared to like some of the commander skins, which are actually quite expensive. So yeah, I was pleased about that. Obviously, these are on the Carthaginian cavalry. You get quite sort of a mix of things. It sort of depends, I think, how much body armour the unit's got, depending on what can be coloured. So on these guys, it seems like the saddle and basically their under tunic is what's getting coloured. It's kind of cool. The blue, I guess that's going to be red. Well, they look like Romans, Roman Numidian cavalry. So yeah, there's quite a few options of stuff with the different packs. I was going to think about trying them with the spearmen, particularly since it's the Carthaginian spearman weekend at the moment as well. Let's see what these look, guys. Is it going to colour the shield? No. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. I kind of hoped it was going to change the colour of the shield. It does do their helmet, though, I suppose, which is something. They look quite cool in red. I must admit, the red is probably my favourite. Yeah, let's go with that. We'll have a red. And equip it. Doesn't cost any silver to equip. Always a benefit. I'm not going to get any of the shields or anything. So yeah, we might as well take these guys into battle, actually, since it is the Carthaginian Spear weekend at the moment. Have I got them fully upgraded? No, I haven't. I'm actually missing the body armour. That makes quite a big difference. Consumables, melee attack, melee defence, impact and movement speed. What's the movement speed like? Wow, horrific. Maybe that. We do get a charge, of course, with our flying column. Melee defence or morale, or some body armour. They actually have pretty decent base body armour, to be honest. Although their shield armour is pretty lacking at only 18. It's rather poor, even at tier 4. But their body armour, 127. Plus we're going to be gaining another 8 from that. It's actually going to be put pretty high on the body armour front. But I'm getting sidetracked. What am I going to pick? I think I'm just going to go for the melee attack, to be honest. Yeah. Yep. It's the logical one to go for. I love the Anathem Blessing. It's easily one of the best Carthaginian consumables normally. Obviously, we're only 2 tier 4, so we're not going to have access to bribe. So, let's just hop into a battle with these guys and see how we get on. So, we are loading in on the Battle of Salernum. I am probably going to be inclined to go to town, to be honest, at least initially. See what we encounter. The worry is if there's going to be a lot of range. She doesn't look like we've got any range of our own coming with us, so if we encounter javelins or something like that, then we may have a bit of a hard time with it, because these guys really don't have a lot in terms of missile block chance. So, I think we may end up getting mullered pretty hard if we encounter anything like that. We'll just have to run away, I think. Although these guys are painfully slow, so you can't even really run away either. It's also worth noting we've got the new stadium here on Arena, which actually looks really cool. I'm quite a fan of the sort of slightly more in keeping historical little arena and amphitheatre, whatever you want to call it, which is kind of cool. So let's keep heading down this way. Yeah, I'll head down this way, I think. Well, I say that. I'll send 2 units this way, and I'll probably send him down there. And these guys we can send over this way and see if there's anything down here. Looks like we've got some barbarian warriors here with us. Yes. Tier 4 barbarians. We've got some tier 3 Romans moving into town. What are they? Some Astartes and tier 4 Roman infantry. This is kind of interesting. Keep moving these guys up.
Our foes have drawn first blood.
Our foes have drawn first blood. No. We've got some cavalry with us. I would fight these Romans if these barbarians don't get too much in the way. So form these guys up. Push these guys around. Ah, archers. Run away. Unless they're on their own. In which case, cavalry go. So these guys down there. Are these Romans going to come for a fight? And are these javelins versus Getrick? So they could scorch with them. We've got some Athenian hoplites coming in down here as well. Got to be a little bit careful. Oh, good job, cavalry, on catching a lot of... Wow, there's a lot of archers there undefended. Oh, whoa. Hoplite. Okay, let's immediately pull back. Come on, for goodness sake, form a little neat line. I can't see what's going on there. Why the barbarians have just charged in like that, I don't really know. See if I can catch these guys. Come on, you're so slow.
We're going in.
There we go, our little charge didn't do us too much trouble there. I'm going to form up and reform. These barbarians, I don't know quite why they've just charged like that. It's not really exactly what they want to be doing because they're just getting themselves into trouble if they're going to do that sort of thing. Just keep pushing these guys back in. Hopefully these guys are killing those enemy archers, which they are. I never thought I'd actually catch any archers with these guys. So, not you as well. Jesus, the micromanagement on spears is so hard.
No more.
Right, come on, forwards to the back of the Romans. Oh, not that button. I didn't want to come out of phalanx. Now I'm just going to stand there like a bloody lemon. Right, come up. Can you go back into phalanx yet? Yes, I know. I pressed the button. I'm just pushing to them slightly until our fatigue gets up too high. Actually, once they get into combat, they're not actually so bad, these guys. To push right in hard. Stop there. So you get a good bit of damage in this sort of situation. This is, I guess, how pikes, spears are supposed to be fighting. It's just pretty hard to do it properly, I find. Okay, so we've got these guys coming up. Ooh, I'm inclined to back off from these Greeks, particularly if it's going to mean they're going to get rear flanked by these barbarians, side flanks, I mean, which is good for us. Let's go for a thrust. Those Greeks slightly overreached themselves, I think, but our fatigue is really maxing out, so let's pull ourselves back out of that fight. And then let's think of trying about maybe getting around behind them. Although we're just so slow. Even on a road, our movement speed is 3.7. It's just cripplingly painful. Go against them. So we've reformed there, so let's push up here. Moving up our other unit. Trying to manage our fatigue on this guy. Let's get our buffs on. Trying to keep this up. Pushing in fairly hard. Come on, let's just drag it through. Go really hard. Stop there. Look at that damage. That's what we'd like to sort of see. That's what I really want to be able to do with these guys. Kill those Hastati really hard now. Well, let's wheel ourselves back round. We're being flanked a little bit by these Greeks who are coming in just without any sort of phalanx formation, which is kind of surprising. Push these guys there right through. Buff ourselves again because it gives us that 20% melee attack. It's actually worthwhile. Look at that, that's the sort of damage we want to be doing. We'll hold ourselves there. What's the fatigue like on these guys? Not too bad. Let's pull ourselves in on this flank. There's these enemies there. We're starting to stack up our fatigue a little bit there, so let's pull ourselves back. Push into the sides. Yes, that's what we want. Come on, guys. Let's get that in. Let's bring up our other unit because we're being attacked by enemy missiles. So we're beating these Greeks, even though really... Ooh, these Greeks are a better unit. Let's wheel ourselves around. Form them up. Form them up like that. Pull these guys back round. Buff ourselves. If we can, we'll go for a thrust. There we go. Oh! We are under attack right frontally and fully here, aren't we? So pushing relatively hard there. Let's manage to get these fatigues down. We've got more enemy spearmen coming in. Let's keep managing this fatigue. That's what I'm trying to do because that's really what wins us fights. Our fatigues are looking okay. Who's building up? First unit here is starting to build up a fair bit of fatigue now. We're not quite winning that fight so definitively. But we're not doing too badly. They're sort of largely backing off as a line. Let's get our line going forward since we're now better on the offensive. We're catching some of these enemy units as we do it, and we look like we've got some more allies coming in. Push really hard with this unit. Give ourselves the buff. Go for a thrust there. Not so much an effective thrust. They're walking themselves into a building. We should be able to win that fight. Drag those two round. Hard to talk and do this one because there's so much micromanagement involved. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, so let's pull back there. I'm going to set you off there though. So let's keep pulling third unit back. I think we kind of messed that one up. Let's go for more of a sideways approach. What have we got? Some enemy has started. Ooh, ooh, it's going to hurt. But at least we managed to pull ourselves back there a little bit. Go for our thrust there. Who's maxing out? These guys are maxing out in terms of fatigue. As soon as your fatigue starts to hit that really high levels, then things are going to be taking a rapid turn for the worse for you. So you need to be thinking about getting out. But in this sort of situation, I might actually just go off there. Let's go. Charge! Oof, bit of a rear charge. See if we can maybe get a flanking going. Let's come out of phalanx entirely. You know, at the end of the day, these guys will fight as an infantry unit. Which is what they are. Go for our charge again. There we go. We're starting to get some of them to rout now. There we go. We're getting the routes on them, which is what we want. Let's go off. Let's buff who we can. Oh, just as we get rear charged by enemy cavalry. Nice. Well, I'll fight them if they want to fight me. Get the charge off them if we can. We're not going to get too much damage there, unfortunately. Oh, okay. What's going on? We are rapidly losing this fight. We've got a lot of enemy archers now pushing up. And the enemy brigands are in retreat. So, let's get 2 units out there. Let's pull this unit out somewhere else. I want to be pushing these archers, but I don't want to just have a unit sort of loitering around. So maybe I'm going to rear flank them. Not you. Bring these guys up a bit more. Looks like we've got some enemy brigands behind them, so we can maybe start to pressure these archers a little bit here. Just go for it. And bring the 3rd unit round here. Bit far away there, maybe. Or at least we're going to get in behind these enemy sort of spearmen here. They're facing the wrong way. They've not quite got their phalanx micromanagement sorted out yet. Let's go for a light thrust ourselves, and then we're probably going to enter phalanx and then push through. We are high tier, and then they're about to get rear flanked as well. Managing our fatigue. Let's get our buffs on. Okay, let's think about pulling back a little bit here. We're going to overdo it otherwise. We're going to push through them entirely. You can see sort of the amount of damage we racked up there. 10, 12,000, a couple of thousand of runes. That's not too bad. That's mostly because they were facing the wrong way, which didn't really do them many favours. So let's keep the pressure up now. Our fatigue's back down to nothing. There again, they're sort of walking towards a building. And their archers are now protected, so our cavalry, in theory... Come on, charge forwards. There we go. It's everyone out of phalanx and finish that unit off. Cool. Okay, so we beat that enemy phalanx unit. What are we going to do? Our base... I don't know if we're threatened or not. I thought we had some friendly cavalry with us, sorry, which was going to be able to deal with these enemy archers, but it doesn't look like we have. I think what I'm going to do is now just push straight up the enemy base. I think we've lost this, to be honest. Well, they got archers, spearmen, artillery, and cavalry. Whereas we've got no cavalry now. Without being able to kill those archers, that's going to be the killer. More than anything, I don't think I can deal with these. And the enemy arty is going to be so hard for us to deal with, particularly because they've got 2 full strength units here and cavalry moving up. It's going to be really hard for us to do it. And even with these full strength spear units, even though I think I can outplay them to some degree, it's going to take some casualties doing it, and being so small units in comparison, I think it's going to make it pretty difficult. These cavalry are obviously going to try and get in on the flank. They're not going to be able to get around here unless they really want to charge me, which I wouldn't have thought they will, because that would be very foolish of them. Push these 2 guys up. It's the artillery as well. It's going to be a killer. Start to buff some of these units. And what's left of these units anyway. Oh, now we're going to get rear flanked by these guys as well. Okay, keep you going. What's your fatigue like? Let's turn off your hoplite phalanx if you're just going to get surrounded. Oh, start pulling back, guys. You're getting too deeply involved. What can you do against this cavalry in hand to hand? Try to maintain. We're going to start routing if we're not careful. Okay, push these guys in onto the side. Oh, we're not having a good time here. This is not going according to plan. Oh, I need to push in much harder against these enemy spearmen on the flanks. They do reasonable damage when we start to get in on the side, but look at this with the archers here as well. There's just nothing we can really do in this sort of situation. Even while trying to maintain sort of a unit formation. Thrust in there. Pushing them as hard as I can. You know, we're winning in terms of the damage we're doing. I'm trying to maintain my fatigue and everything. I just don't think it's going to happen for us. Back you. Oh, no, not like that. Not like that. Not like that. Let's use my hotkeys. Pull back slightly. Pull you forwards, particularly if they're going to be behind. Oh, yes, that is what we want. Note they've turned around. Pursuing. How are we doing in terms of... Let's go for a thrust. I'm not doing too badly. I'm tempted to come out of phalanx in a minute. Pull ourselves out because we're going to overwhelm ourselves in terms of let's come out of phalanx
Stay tight. We're going in.
and just go in a little bit of hand to hand. If we buff ourselves, we might be able to stand a chance. Depends if they're going to have their shield bash. No, they're actually Kanane. But I fear this may have been an error because we were kind of actually doing quite well in the hoplite. I guess maybe I should have stuck in there. I thought with sort of the combined we were going to have enough to overwhelm these guys, but it doesn't look like it's actually going to be. And I think we're going to get beaten. Although, actually, this battle has seriously turned back into our favour. Okay, let's go straight back into phalanx. Which is why I guess why you never give up. I was really on the brink of surrender. I thought, you know, we'd definitely lost this. Which is why I was sort of giving up hope. But maybe that was wrong to do. We still have, well, 3 people left. And we're actually winning in terms of the score quite significantly now. Let's see what we can do here. Push in slightly. Push in slightly. Ooh, steady, steady, guys. Keep it together. A little harder to manage when they're like this. Yeah, we're the superior troop. Let's see what we can do. Wait for them to push into me. They're going to push forwards again. And we've got some enemy cavalry coming. Pull back. Keep into phalanx. Because we'll catch some of the cavalry like that, which is what we wanted to do. Oh, we've lost someone. And we're now going to be rear flanked. Come on, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. This is really down to the wire fighting, this is. I'm down to a man. It is literally Hasdrubal. Come on, catch one of them. Turn around, turn around, turn around. No, no, Hasdrubal is dead, damn it. But we have still got this full unit of war dogs. And all they've got is a couple of spearmen, which are going to do really badly against these dogs. Good job, guys. Good job, dogs. I can't believe we're actually going to end up winning this. It's actually turned into quite a nice game. And these dogs have done really well as well in terms of their score. Look at the amount of aggression points they've got. It's the enemy spearmen dealt with. All there is left is now a handful of brigands. Which if these dogs are going to engage... Come on, dogs. Deploy the dogs. Deploy the dogs. Or just cap out. This is the other alternative. It seems like this is a reasonable player. Is going to get recharged here. No. The brigand player is too reluctant. To be honest though, I think if the brigand player even charges now, it doesn't really matter. He's so close to wavering. You know, his unit is in the wavering state. And he's only got to get a handful of dog hits and it'll soon be all over for him. And he can push his handlers onto the enemy base as well. Oh, and we're going to run out of time. Come on, little doggies, catch the brigands. That's what we want to see. Surprisingly quick, these dogs, actually, for this tier. And also a bit silly that this brigand player hasn't activated his momentum at all, of course, so he is missing out on the speed bonuses he could gain through that. So he's just running at his base speed. Perhaps the newer player doesn't quite know that he can activate it. But there we go. Our dog player's now in base getting some capture points anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And the brigand player's got nothing else he can do other than really charge. Or he's just going to lose his unit anyway, so... Oh, the dogs have got in there a little bit there. Got some hits on them. Because once you get charged into, the dogs actually cause like a knockback effect, which is what makes these units stop moving. And what causes some of them to get lost. It's like a ring of roses just running round in a circle. It'd be much better off charging. At least he'd have got some points for the damage. And he's just going to lose on cap out currently. And there we go. Victory is ours. I did not expect that. At certain points in the battle, I really thought we'd lost that one. Goes to show why you should absolutely never give up. Keep fighting to the bitter end. So yeah, that was some Carthaginian spearmen. I hate them. Really, they are just so slow. It's the speed that really kills them. I mean, they are shockingly slow, and obviously there's no multi-ADs or anything to make them any quicker. Oh look, we can get the slightly upgraded body armor. Actually puts a fair chuck in terms of body armor onto the unit. Yeah, it's to 135 now. Plus it knocks their melee defense up a little bit more as well. Now onto +7 as well. So that's actually really not too bad. So anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little look at some of the colour packs. Hopefully you like the colours. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's perhaps best shown on some of the Greek stuff. So we have a quick flick on some of the Greek stuff. I hear is supposed to be some of the best in terms of colour packs. But I don't know. Yeah, mostly just affects the unit, not the shield, which is always kind of a little bit disappointing. I don't know if some of the other stuff... Oh, wow. Say, like the warriors... Hoplon? Does it... No, it didn't really affect the colour scheme of the shield, which is a shame. I kind of wish it did. Like, affect the shield colour scheme would be really cool, but I guess these are kind of like predefined predefined shields already, so they don't want to change that. But still, so cool the fact that they've got these colour schemes in the game, and they're good that they're at a reasonable price as well. I thought they were going to actually be quite a lot more than that. So, yeah, all in all, not too bad. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed my bad spearman play. If you did, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel for lots more Total War Arena content, and I shall see you all on the next video.